Most people think the biggest mistake you make in your 20s is wasting money. They're wrong. The biggest mistake is wasting the one window in your life where failure costs almost nothing and doing nothing costs everything. Because right now, someone your exact age, same city maybe, same phone definitely, same 24 hours without question, is quietly building something that in 5 years you won't be able to catch up to. And the terrifying part? You won't feel it happening. For a while, both lives look identical. Same routine, same scroll, same excuses. Then one morning, one person wakes up with options, the other wakes up with obligations. And by that point, the gap isn't closable in a weekend. I'm going to show you exactly what separates those two people. Not theory, not motivation. 7 specific investments. But stay until investment 6, because that's the one everyone laughs at first and quietly regrets ignoring for years. I know this because the people around me who skipped it are still paying for that decision today. Investment 1. And before you assume anything, it is not crypto, not stocks, not some passive income app, a skill. Because here is the truth nobody hands you at 22. Every single dollar you will ever earn is capped by the value you can provide. That is the whole game. I learned this the hard way. I was putting in the hours, grinding, showing up, but the ceiling wasn't my effort. The ceiling was my skill level. And until I invested in breaking that ceiling, I was just running faster inside the same box. The internet has handed your generation something that literally did not exist before. The ability to learn anything: copywriting, video editing, sales, automation, design, content creation, programming. And while you are watching someone else's highlight reel on a screen, someone else is using that same screen to build a skill that makes them 10 times more valuable than you by this time next year. The market does not care how smart you are. It rewards how useful you are. And the moment that actually clicks, everything changes. Investment 2. And this one catches almost everybody, because once you build that skill and the money starts moving, the trap shows up immediately. New phone the moment the old one still works. New clothes to impress people who are not paying your bills. New subscriptions quietly draining you every month for things you forgot you signed up for. And suddenly, you are earning more than ever and feeling just as broke. Because lifestyle inflation is silent. It does not announce itself. It just shows up and slowly steals the gap between where you are and where you are going. Wealth is not built by what comes in. It is built by what stays. Every dollar has a choice: buy you a temporary feeling or buy you a permanent option. Most people are choosing the feeling every day without realizing it, which is exactly why investment 3 exists. $200 a month into a simple index fund. In 45 years, that becomes over $2 million, tax-free in the right account. I know, you do not want to be rich at retirement. You want it now. This is not your retirement plan. This is your safety net, running silently in the background while your real moves play out in front. I set mine up on automatic transfer before I could even see the money. I pretended it did not exist. And that invisible money is now the reason that even if everything else collapsed tomorrow, I would still be okay. The people who skip this step win big for a few years, and then one bad month takes it all back. Do not be that person. Investment 4 is going to sound wrong. Buy a plane ticket, not for the holiday, for what the experience forces you to become. When I started traveling, I was not just collecting memories. I was building confidence I did not know I was missing. Meeting people I could not have met staying home. Walking into rooms I would never have found otherwise. One of those trips put me in front of a conversation that changed the direction of everything I was building. I would not have been there if I had not bought the ticket. And here is the part most people miss. You might not even have to pay for it. The right credit card, your normal everyday spending on it. Pay it back in full every month, non-negotiable. Collect the points. Fly free. But carry a balance even once? The interest erases everything. This only works if you are disciplined. And as a side effect, you are quietly building a credit score that will save you tens of thousands in mortgage rates when investment 5 comes into play. Investment 5. And this one might be the most uncomfortable. Property. I know what you are thinking. Too expensive, too complicated, too far away. But here is what nobody says out loud. Every single month you pay rent, you are making someone else wealthier, while your own net worth stays exactly where it is. That is not judgment. That is just arithmetic. So here is what actually works right now. House hacking. You buy a place. Mortgage is $1,000 a month. You rent out a room or 2. They pay the mortgage. You live for almost nothing while an asset grows in your name. Or a duplex. 2 units. 1 building. Tenant on one side funds your side. The people who figure this out early build a foundation that keeps paying them long after they have stopped thinking about it. And here it is, the one I told you about at the start, the one people laugh at. Cheap, reliable, transport. Stay with me. There was a point where I had a car I was genuinely proud of. Turned heads, felt like proof I was moving. Then it got stolen. And honestly, it was one of the best things that happened to me. Because the money I got back did not go into another impressive car. It went directly into building what I was working on. And that one decision accelerated everything faster than any car ever could have. An expensive car in your 20s does three things. It locks your money away, it drowns you in finance payments, and it loses value from the second you drive it. Drive the boring car. Build the impressive life. And keep your cash free to move when the real opportunities show up. Investment 7. And I'm going to be honest with you here. A small position in crypto, Bitcoin specifically, maybe Ethereum. The growth over the last decade has been undeniable, and owning a small percentage of your portfolio in it makes rational sense. But I have watched people bet everything on a single coin, chasing 1000% returns, and lose it all inside of 3 months. There was someone who turned a huge position into millions on pure hype and timing. A few months later, they had lost all of it. You never know when the peak is. You never know when the crash comes. Only invest what you can afford to lose entirely. Keep it as one piece of a diversified strategy. Never let it be the whole plan. The people who treat crypto as a shortcut almost always end up back at zero. The people who treat it as one tool among many win. Now imagine something. Imagine waking up 1 year from now. Nothing dramatic happened, no lottery, no miracle, no overnight moment, but you spent the entire year making these moves, learning, building, saving, investing, traveling, creating. Then the questions land like punches. How different would your confidence feel? How different would your options look? How different would your future be? Because the version of you 1 year from now is being built by the decisions you are making today. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. Wealth is not about becoming rich. It is about becoming valuable. Valuable people create opportunities. Valuable people solve problems. Valuable people become impossible to replace. Money follows value, always. Every day you delay, someone else is moving. Every week you hesitate, someone else is building momentum. Every month you wait, someone else is becoming the person you could have been. Regret does not arrive gradually. It arrives suddenly, and it arrives with receipts. The next few years can become the foundation of everything you want, or the beginning of years of wondering what happened. The choice will not be decided by luck. It will not be decided by talent. It will be decided by what you choose to do, starting today. Because the future is not something you enter, it is something you build, and the clock has already started.